Mashiane Politicallyincorrect, the African National Congress. I remember I did a previous video of by-elections where the ANC kicked everyone to the curve, and people were saying, yeah, you see, Mashiane, you favor the ANC. Oh, guys, the same way you guys say I favor other political parties when I cover them. You keep crying. But the ANC whipped you guys. They whipped you in KZN. They whipped in Gauteng. They whipped you in Western Cape, is it? Eastern Cape or Western Cape. Let me double check for you. The screen is there. It's Northern Cape, KwaZulu Natal. Yeah, Northern Cape, KwaZulu Natal. The Namaquin municipality. Simon Kleinboy. I see. This is the land of. This is the land of Zamani Soul. So, what does all of this mean? It means the status quo remains. It means the ANC is as strong and powerful as it has always been. It means people are failing to dislodge the African National Congress, as weak as it is. I say as weak as it is because, I remember when I was saying in that podcast that a divided ANC in Gauteng managed to beat it was Bekkersdal. I think it was Bekkersdal elections where EFF and MK didn't win, and it was ANC who emerged there in Bekkersdal. Soweto, the EFF. Let me show you what. So I remember I think it was when Juju was supposed to fly to Europe, and then the colonizer didn't want him, so he went to Soweto. But let's listen to what Juju went, because it was a full-on election campaign. They only got around 800, but look at how the hall is full. But let's show you EFF.
So fighters, Reklolwana over the high school, over the functional primary schools, the early child development. The graduate is on GDB in every ward. Aunaba wana wo aswanjia tome school ka 7 years. Mwana toma utena fela 3 years. Swanja tome crèche. Aska na le bonkgunu ka. That's why bana ba ona ba na le bonkgunu. Ba tla kgona jwang go bolela ka re bonkgunu ba bolela le bona ka Japan. E ba re ba buruta ngwana o bolela ba re tate ta. Re nyaka bana ba tshwane le bana wa makgowa. Ge o ka tšea ngwana wa lekgowa wa 3 years wa meam, wa tšea wa motho o montsho wa 3 years wa meam, ke problem. Mara ka gore ke bana ba bannyane, re batla gore early child development e be gaufi le mo ba nnang teng, so that their mothers can drop them, their fathers can drop them, apa khutla ba banke ba e ko hae. And but at the early child development, who rute batho ba ba qualified. It's kind of about yo, moto unemployed are ke butsi crèche. Or how are you, ma'am? Yes, sis. Sekgowa sa ona o do se kwa gore se sona. Asanka sa tswa ka ile a se motswaledi, sa le se feledi. So we need qualified people to teach our children. Bana ba rena abaya grade 1. Already they are prepared for primary education. Abaya high school grade 8, they are already prepared. And therefore your matric result is going to be better because the batomile is a libabanyane. Resanjere ba roba is a libabanyane. Ka re thutela bogolo ya roba. Fighters, bana ba swantse ba thole dijo ko sekolong. Ba thole dijo ene ba je ai 3 times. Bana ba a kere ba fa bana dijo ko sekolong. Ha ke ba botsa hore why are you giving children food here at school? But we don't want a child to learn with an empty stomach. Ke kwana le bona. Mara ngwano o robeja siaji o tswa ka hara mokhukhu ba sokola ka gabo. Frugo a ja breakfast ba sokola ka gabo. Ke moka o tsena sekolo o ja ka break. Empty stomach e gane thoma ne batho ba modimo. Kare empty stomach e swantse thome ka first period. Ha o tsena sekolo o tla tšempa e re tsi o kgona o pay attention. Wa mpa dijo ka break o re oh the subject tša bohlokwa ke tšela tša after break. They are all important. Mpe breakfast ke ije o yo mpe break ke ije o mpe lunch ba ne ke le ba gae ka gore kwa ke yang a ke sure of the next meal. Bana re ka ba tlhokomela ka mokgwa ba ka se o tshwara di-peace job ba tshwana le rena. Rena be re tswa sekolong ra yo dia diteini. A una ngwana a swantse ra die teini. Re dia diteini because re bolaile ke tlala. Re nyaka gore ngwana a be ngwana. Ngwana a ska ba motho moholo e le ngwana. A tsamaile a tshwara matogo a re o nyaka go support-a bo mma. A ba je bana ba. That's why it's going to be important that once you elect Majola as a candidate here, the first thing you must do is to tell Coca-Cola that you must hire the children from here. We don't want you to give priority to other people. We want you to first ask for proof of residence. Where do you stay? Once I've stamped that this person stays here, then you can employ that person. Because we can't say we stay next to the factories, yet we are unemployed. That's a huge contradiction. We need to clarify that in action, Comrade Councillor. And all our MPs and our MPLs, our leaders from Gauteng, they can't sit here and listen to you and not take action about all of these factories that are here, which are hiring people from outside. We have no problem with hiring anyone from outside, but start with us.
So, I remember the African National Congress when they would win this by-election. It didn't matter because they were expected to win. But now, whenever they win, we raise eyebrows. Why? Because this is a weekend ANC. It used to be a simple thing. It used to be a therefore. Who are we competing with? Is it helping the MK and the EFF that they are? Let me check the results while I'm at it. Let me do this. So MK and EFF and IFP together still could not beat the ANC because the ANC got 50+1. So last year they got 55, I think. Now they got 54. So these guys jointly, ANC has beaten them combined. This is not the ANC of 40%. This is the ANC of divided Banyaza, but it still emerged in Soweto. Do you want to regard Soweto as the home of ANC? Maybe not. Maybe not, because all political parties are at home in Soweto. Fikile Mbalula is, in fact, guys, this is the best showing of ANC in the whole of 2025 in elections. Remember, we've been counting these by-elections since the national elections, and the national elections have been somewhat of a benchmark of how they were doing. And there were people who saying, Patricia, by the way, she said, because this is the word of Lufuno Gogoro, may his soul rest in peace, what a struggle activist. Because it was the word of Lufuno Gogoro, people must come out and vote and spite, because it was Julius Malema who mistreated him. Well, the MK people tried, eh? They tried. It was just too much. ANC was just too much for them. I don't know what it means. I know you want me to tell you what does it mean. I have no idea. I can only speculate like you speculate. The African National Congress is strong in townships. The African National Congress is strong in rural areas. They have their flaws. They have, and you know, one thing about by-elections is they are very difficult to steal. I remember when I was telling you that MK was crying. Let me drink my Paseta water while I'm at it. Paseta water, I came with it from the Eastern Cape, from the Western Cape, the home of Zamani Sol. Thank you, Paseta. So, what I said, I remember Jimmy Manyi lost elections and he cried. He said, yeah, no, ANC is fielding, he's registering a lot of people in the same place. And I came out to say, stop being crybabies. If it's not illegal, MK, go and do the same thing. They went to Durban, eThekwini municipality, I think it was Ward 104 there. MK emerged. They whipped ANC and DA combined, and when the DA came, and the ANC, of course, what do? They started crying foul. They started crying about election rigging, that there were a lot of people who were registered from the same premises and stuff. What does it show you? It shows you that elections are, you can't be a crybaby in elections. If I rightfully said, MK, go and do exactly what you are accusing ANC of doing. Because if it's not illegal, why are you not doing it? If students are living in one admin block from this ward, people are going to say, oh, Mashiane, you are encouraging fraud. No, comrades, we've been ground forces, all of us. We know how these things work. If this ward has students, tons and tons of students, but there's no by-elections, but there are by-elections in the other ward, people take, let's not call it a wisdom list, they take the chunk of those votes, then they put them into the other ward, they register there, they come with buses, they come with taxis, and take those students and bus them there. Or not only students, by the way. You see, so all political parties have been doing it. And I'm surprised why MK would want to be crybabies when this happens against them. But what did they do in eThekwini? They meant up. They stopped crying. They played dirty and they won the ward. They won the ward. So, by the way, ANC won 3, DA won 1. I mean, that's Stellenbosch victory is like 95% DA. It was a one-sided affair, that one. You can actually check the demographics without even going anywhere. Unless you want to pretend that elections don't have anything to do with race in South Africa and tribal lines in South Africa. So the question remains. Tell us on the comments, what does it mean? EFF, MK, and IFP could not beat ANC in Soweto 124 combined, because the ANC won 54%. So it means 2026 ANC. You see, I said the local government elections are not as easy as you guys make them to be. Because this is this is directly affecting the ward councillors. These ward councillors are directly affected by this because it means they no longer have jobs. If it's a provincial and national, the ward councillors who's on the ground might lose that, but his impact is not directly felt. But now, if you are a ward councillor and you want to retain your position, you start working now, you start doing things now, and because this is where it starts. So, but Mashiane Politically Incorrect, I'm worried about EFF. A fully packed venue to welcome the CIC to speak there. But they only gathered around 800 votes. So 800 votes, someone said I can't remember, someone said the registered voters there are 1,700, and IEC says the turnout was 26%, I think. Yeah, so if we count everything, I think it amounts to around 3,000 votes, not 3,000, maybe 4,000 votes, somewhere around there, around 4,000 votes maybe. So if the MK party, can't put up a good fight, I hope you saw the tweet where someone says the MK party guys are celebrities. The leadership is celebrity. They went there to take pictures and to, by the way, they call each other that. They talk about celebrity leadership. So this will be leadership of MK. Whenever they go, it's when they select which events are more popular, where there are cameras and stuff. So they call them leadership. But on the ground, they are not on the ground. So this is why you see this tweet saying celebrity members. They are referring to leadership that is hardly on the ground, that does not do programs on the ground. So what are programs on the ground? Like cleaning campaigns, door to door, marching, and things that are on the ground. Like they are the ground cadres of any political parties. The spade work, the dirty work, these mainstream politicians don't hardly do it. So they are called political celebrities of MK. So this is why they are criticized. EFF not managing to put a good fight scares me. The reason it scares me is it may as well mean that 2026, as brilliant as they are not going to take any municipality. And I know I'm repeating myself because I keep saying this, because it worries me. They are not going to take any municipality if this is their performance. And I said, should they say Gauteng, Limpopo and Northwest are our best province, which of these municipalities can we concentrate on? Which can we put most of our resources there and make sure that we do a scientific campaign to win a municipality where we are likely? Remember, last year in May, just before the elections, the national elections, EFF won by, they struggled in by-elections. They were even beaten by that AI, it's EF, I can't remember those comrades. They were beaten by them. So I don't know what EFF should do, because if they concentrate there, what's going to happen to them is, remember what happened to Floyd. They sent Floyd to KZN for Floyd to concentrate on KZN politics and growing that, because they had around 300,000 votes in KZN. They wanted to maximize that because they worked there. But it didn't happen. It didn't augur well for them. So I don't know what should EFF do. ANC, I don't think there's anything ANC can do. The people who are already in power, will guarantee ANC's bread. There isn't much that the ANC can do. Whatever they do seems to be working well. A limping ANC that still wins by elections. Mashiane Politicallyincorrect. Which fortunes are better?
A councillor must be a working class. A councillor must have a party, not a C-class. You can buy your C-class later, but we want a party first before you can buy any other thing. Why? Barukwa tabengwa. Tabeng. Auna metsi. O swanju khono rwala ditromere wena mo. Ja metsi as a councillor. O ba isheche metsi. Or no, re sa berekana le taba e nngwe, but in the meantime, ke rile ke tishe metsi. Dunga le kwela ke re ba re kwa thabeng, a ona metsi. Le tloela sekgowa mo. Le epe bohole. In the meantime, but ba le ba be le metsi. How can you go or wena o ya Soweto Johannesburg? O fita o botse gore batho ba bana metsi ba Soweto. Yo, ora ba botoko bona ba fedile sheba ka skerese. Bohole. A se tšhelete ntši. Le no kry-a ntlo mola or jarata motho wa o tlhompheya la epa bohole ka mola la e tsentšha ka mola ntlong yela mara la ntšha pompi or ba ska tsena ka mo jarateng ya motho ba mo tshwenya la ntšha pompi ko ntle kwa batho ba nna ba ekga metsi. In the meantime, while you are fighting for a permanent solution, you cannot become a crybaby. When a community is complaining, you are also complaining. The leadership of the EFF must be driven by solutions. Monao oro khopela wheelchair. Ya moreta we tirisha motagase. Na ibe le bokae wheelchair. Yeah, wheelchair ke toela wena moshe. Mono muswancho mo krele wheelchair. A tshwane lola ba bolela mono ro tsamaya ka motagase. Ebile we DH number plate ke EFF 222 GP. Ebe thadiswe Yalo le ena re mo krela wheelchair, le ena re mo krela le gae ka mokana bona. But ba rena ba ba sokola. There is nothing stopping EFF or Coca-Cola or working company liability out. Daveland. Lego Daveland. Lift a little. Rehopela donation. Ya wheelchair. Barwailer. Le rijama tsogo bile alpatele le batho ba rena botse ngeli die something better. Le rijama tsogo. Like you don't donate at Mara. Daveland, I know the owner of Daveland. I'm very disappointed. And I can tell you now, I'm going to raise that matter with them. You cannot pay our truck drivers so much little money. So little money, and Daveland is very big. Daveland can afford to pay you more. That's why banna ba di traka ba tsamaya ba re wela mo tseleng ba bereka boima ba mo file tšhelete accommodation o nyako e phokotela gore a robale gae a save. So all a bolelle ena fela monnolo or all the truck drivers must be paid and be paid well. And that's a call we are making, that those who have truck drivers, domestic workers, please pay our mothers and our fathers very well. We are going to make sure that matter is well attended to, because you cannot come to us and we don't take action.